You're amazing, and I'll prove it. This is Neil, the crazy inventor, again, coming to you with an addition to Science Proves That God Exists. I did that video a while back, and it's so far been my most favorite or popular video. And I wanted to bring more of that to you about the fact that science has discovered string theory. And string theory means that everything is made out of uh, extremely small vibrating strings of pure energy. And these vibrating strings have all five characteristics of God. Now, I am not a religious man, but I'm an extremely spiritual man. And you can feel that there's a presence. You can feel that there's something bigger than we are. And it's really cool that string theory actually tells us that not only is this bigger than us, but we are part of it. We are actually a piece of that. And the consciousness of this energy may just be you and me being able to understand, or at least trying to understand the energy. And to let you know about the five characteristics again, uh, uh, religion teaches us that God is everywhere at all times, omnipresent, and these strings are omnipresent. They're everywhere at all times, in outer space, in other planets, other stars. They're absolutely everywhere. It tells us that religion tells us that God is eternal. And science tells us that these strings are made out of pure energy, and that pure energy, or energy of any kind, cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed into another form. And that tells us that these strings are eternal. They always have and always will be. They tell us, religion tells us that God is all powerful. Well, if everything's made out of these strings, then that tells you that any and everything can be done as far as power goes. You can make something, you can destroy it. The religion also tells us that God is all knowing. Well, if everything's made out of these strings, then the strings uh, are at least manipulating things to make it what it is. That was the only one out of everything that I've said in the past, out of all these five, that anyone at all objected to. They said, well, the energy isn't, we can't prove that the energy is all knowing. And I kind of laughed, because I am a inventor at heart, and inventors want things in concrete. And I'm not sure how you're ever going to prove that the energy is actually aware, although we are aware. So that means at least part of that energy is aware. And the last thing that religion tells us is everything is possible within God. And with these strings, these pure energy strings, science tells us any and everything can happen. You can go back in time, you can go forward in time, you name it. You name it, you can do it. You can arrive before you left, so on and so forth. So all five things have been proven through string theory that religion tells us about God. So today I wanted to also go into the fact that when I was little, they taught, I was raised Catholic, and because of that, I was taught that not only was there a heaven and a hell, but there was a purgatory too, and um, and obviously there was earth, the earth plane. Well, so what does string theory tell us about different planes? Well, string theory tells us that there are at least 10 different planes. And if everything's made out of vibrating strings of pure energy, that means they're electrical. And if they're electrical, that means they have a negative and a positive. So that means in these planes, you can have one that is extremely negative, which would be hell, and one that is extremely positive, which would be heaven. And at that point, you'd have the different realms in between heaven and hell. So I just thought that was really, really fascinating that the string theory actually tells us that heaven and hell and other planes actually exist also. So I wanted to pass that on to you, and hopefully in the near future I'll go into the fact that these strings of vibrating pure energy tell us that we can draw energy towards ourselves, positive and or negative. But I'll go into that in the next video. Meanwhile, you're amazing, and I'll prove it. Thank you, Neil the Crazy Inventor.
To learn more about Neil G. Brownell's book, You're Amazing, and I'll Prove It, click on the link below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and hit subscribe to get more You're Amazing videos.
You're amazing, and I'll prove it.